Video from news helicopters showed the jet sitting on the tarmac surrounded by ambulances, vehicles and airport personnel. Photos showed officials from the Port Authority Police and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention waiting in a staging area to check passengers after they landed. Passengers were exiting the plane with their luggage and getting onto buses. Some even shared photos from inside the plane as they prepared to disembark. Share this article. Share a few passengers also tweeted about the flight. Larry Coben, who said he was on board the aircraft, wrote on Twitter that passengers are being asked to fill out a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention form and that CDC personnel had boarded the aircraft. He also shared photos of passengers getting their temperatures taken. Deplaning and having temperature taken, Coben tweeted. Some sick passengers were taken to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center with non-life-threatening conditions, according to a New York City Fire Department spokesman. CDC public health officers were working with other agencies to evaluate passengers, including taking temperatures and making arrangements for transport to hospitals, spokesman Benjamin Haynes said in the statement. Passengers who were not ill were allowed to continue with their travel plans, Haynes added. Another passenger, Aaron Sykes, tweeted, "At Emirates' worst flight ever, Dubai to Nick. Plane was basically a flying infirmary sick." Many of these people should never have been allowed to board. Now sitting on the ground after 14-hour flight unable to leave. At Emirates support number Emirates number worst airline, the woman added. In an interview, Sykes said she saw a few passengers being taken off the plane first for medical attention, but she added that many others were showing signs of illness. Very intense coughing. Violently sick. Going into the bathroom a lot, she said when asked to describe the scene. Passenger, Ragita Durgam, who was sitting in the business section of the aircraft, said in an interview that sick passengers were in the lower-level economy section of the plane. "I feel great. I feel fine," she said. Nobody was alarmed. It was handled very well. But others said they suspected that some passengers were sick before they got on the plane and that the airline should have done more to protect others. Why did they allow them on the flight? I sat with them for 13 hours. If it's a virus, we're all getting sick, Srinivasa Rao said. It's unclear what caused the high fevers and coughing, and health officials are still investigating. But fears abound that the sickened passengers could have contracted MERS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which Saudi Arabia has been battling to control since 2012. MERS has been singled out by global health authorities as the most concerning virus at the moment because it is notoriously resistant to antibiotics. Laurie Garrett, author of The Coming Plague and Ebola, Story of an Outbreak, told the Daily Mail that it is unlikely, based on the symptoms reported so far. CDC officials say cases involve fever, coughing, and flu-like symptoms. According to Garrett, the biggest concern for medics to look out for is respiratory symptoms. It is also unlikely that MERS would strike so many so quickly, says Amish Adalja, MD. He said it would be odd to have so many probably random people becoming unwell at the same time from an infection. The aircraft was taken to a location away from the terminal so that emergency officials could evaluate the situation, officials from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey said in a statement.